so important that you need to look at each of these candidates and decide who is going to invest more in our future generations, who is going to do the best at representing me as a Utahn.
The candidates went head-to-head on the issues facing America, but did they get their facts straight? Here to fact-check the...
We have a high quality of care. Intermountain health care across the state has been highlighted throughout the nation as some of the premier services.
Address.
Thank you. Utah's path forward and Utah's values have always been that of quality in industry. While yes, it may not have been the lowest bidder, it was viewed as the most quality product. The investment in infrastructure isn't to just build a road, but to build a road that would last for 50 years. To build a thing that our generations could link employers to employees, students to schools, and allow the free movement of people across our great state.
30 seconds as well for you, Congressman Matson, if you'd like.
Certainly, we want to have high quality, but is the high quality determined by how much you contributed to someone's campaign? I don't think so.
I think that it's important that we point out that Lieutenant Governor Cox has said that the voice of the people is not important to him in this issue.
I, of course, am not saying that I'm simply throwing away the wishes of the Utah citizens. What I am simply saying is, while they may agree, and we can do this at one point in time, let's make sure that this is a last resort.
The large majority of Utahns have said that they would, in fact, support such a tax. They have said that a small increase in the income tax on their own personal income should be applied to an educational bolstering of the funds for our families and for our young people so they can receive a quality education.
You say that you represent Utah, but consistently you have flip-flopped across so many issues, especially that one being healthcare. The ACA, you voted to allow it to be on floor, but then at the same time voted against it, and then voted to deny the repeal. You flip-flop depending on what year the election falls on, and it's not consistent with Utah's values. By 2050, we're expected to double the population of Utah. I'm from an agriculture background. I was raised on a farm and I raised my family on a farm. And there's a lot of waste that comes through farming. And so we need to make it a way in which we can conserve and have higher quality farming abilities.
I certainly think some of the companies that are coming into Utah are hiring Utahns. However, I think that without our college graduation rates improving, that we will not have enough college grads to fulfill all the jobs, and they will be forced to bring in.
Do you feel that Utahns are underqualified?
Let me explain. The national average for 6-year graduation rate is 57%. In Utah, it's 47%. Utahns are dropping out of college at a higher rate than the national average.
I also find it very interesting that Mr. Matheson wants caps on the system when during his time as a congressman. He went from having a net worth of $600,000 to nearly $2 million in the time that he left. And that was during a recessionary period.
I have been personally one of the largest victims of gerrymandering in the country as a representative.
Interesting that I am accused of flip-flopping when Mr. Matheson here has talked about, just barely, enforcing gun rights and making sure that proper owners have them and keeping them out of the hands of criminals, but at the same time, while you were in Congress, you flip-flopped on trigger issues.
I disagree with him on that. That's a matter of principle, and I'll tell you.
You are the single biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush.